we're going to talk about developing your strength and your balance to improve your kicking. Strength and balance along with your flexibility, which I talk about the flexibility piece in another video, so don't forget to watch that. But strength balance are two of the biggest contributing factors to kicking. And if you don't have strength and you don't have balance, which especially for kicking, those two are very closely interlinked, you are going to have shitty kicks. And if you have shitty kicks, you are not developing yourself fully as a fighter, which is absolutely what you want to do. I mean, it's the name of the game. Why the hell are you training if you're not willing to invest the time to develop all those attributes? And kicking is part of the game, just like punching, just like grappling, just like everything else. You know, it's just part of how it is, and you can't really call yourself a complete fighter until you have put forth some effort towards mastering the kicking element. Now, when we talk about developing strength, and I mentioned this in the article, which you can check out in the description below, developing kicking strength, really you want to get away from some of those bilateral movements like the squat and the deadlift. I'm not saying the squat and deadlift are bad. I'm just saying that, you know, they're not much of a balance challenge. So we want to try to mix things up. We want to maybe add some what we call unilateral movements in there. Not only are unilateral movements great for building leg strength, like the one-legged squat, one-legged deadlift, things like that, the pistol squat. Those are great for building leg strength. They're also great for improving your balance because they challenge you in a way that squats and deadlifts simply don't or can't. So you want to definitely go ahead and start adding those into your training. Stop with the deadlift and the squat for a while. I mean, you're a fighter. The squat and the deadlift should not be part of your routine year-round anyway. You should be mixing it up, making things a little more specific for what you actually do, what your real sport is. You're not trying to be the best at exercising, you're trying to be the best fighter, right? So let's throw some more unilateral movements in there, start challenging that balance, start challenging that strength. Those are two real easy ways. I want to show you a drill today. This is a drill I stole from Taekwondo. And these are typically called wall kicks, chair kicks. Essentially what they are, you're going to be doing some very slow kicks using some sort of support. I could use this. I'm going to use a chair today, just a simple fold-out chair. You can use a wall. You can use, if you have access to a ring, like at your gym, at your kickboxing gym or your MMA gym, you can use either the cage or you can use a ring post, something like that. Anything stable to hold on to is what you're going to use. Today I'm just going to use a simple fold-out chair. Depending on how strong you are, how stable you currently are, you might want to opt for something a little bit more stable. This is kind of light, but I've been doing this for a while, so I can get away with it. And really all I'm going to do, like I said, this is just support for me, okay? And I'm going to go through some of my kicks. And today really what we're going to work on the front kick. We're going to work on a roundhouse type kick. We're going to work on a side kick. Those are probably going to be the three most common kicks you're going to utilize in your fighting and your sparring, and even in self-defense. Those are going to be your most common kicks. So to start off with, we're going to do the front kick. Now the front kick, this is the most basic kick, and honestly, this is going to be the one that you're going to move from requiring support to being able to do on your own. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to hold on to my support right here. I'm going to lift up the leg furthest away from my support here. Bring my knee about waist height. I found that really any higher than this starts to put some undue strain here on these hip flexors because you're flexing so tight and so hard. It's really going to limit some of your flexibility here in the hamstring. So about here is good. I'm going to point my toes And you can have your hand on your hip, you can have your hand here up at your head like you're doing a guard. And I'm just going to slowly extend out my lower leg until I'm about parallel with the floor. Just like that. And if your flexibility is an issue, which sometimes mine is, and we'll be going over the flexibility a little bit later, you can lower the knee just a bit. And again, real slow here. 1, 2, 3. I'll probably do somewhere between 10 and 20 repetitions of that, usually about 10. Early on, you might want to, you'll start lower, maybe in the 5 range. After a while, your goal should be about 20. But once you've gotten used to it, once your kicks have gotten stronger, without the need for support, your balance has gotten pretty good, drop it back down to about 10. I think, doing this exercise maybe once or twice a week is sufficient. Maybe it's part of your warm-up, part of your cool-down, however you want. But over time, what this is going to do, this is going to strengthen all those muscles you need to hold this proper kicking posture. And it gives you a chance, in a very controlled way, to develop the strength you need to kick properly. And again, like I said, over time, you're going to get to the point where you don't need that support, okay? So that's the front kick again, somewhere between 5 and 20 reps. Start off with the low end until you get used to it, work up to 10, and then when you've pretty much mastered this drill and your kicks are looking pretty damn good, drop it back down to about 10 reps. Maybe do the drill twice a week. So second kick we're going to do is kind of a roundhouse kick. This is more of a K1 style kickboxing kick, a karate kickboxing kick, a taekwondo kick. The Thais have a tendency to swing their kick almost like a baseball bat all the way around. But whereas in taekwondo, it's more of a snapping kick here. It's very fast, out like that. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing more of that snapping kick as opposed to a Thai kick. This will still improve if you're more of a Thai style fighter like I am. This will still improve your kicks because it's going to be strengthening all the prime movers that a Thai kick will use. Just doing, again, like I said, in a very controlled way. So I'm going to get my blankie here, my stability here. And I'm going to point my heel towards my imaginary target, bring my knee up, point it at my imaginary target, and I'm just going to extend my lower leg again, very similar to how I did in the first kick. Now, and what this is going to do, you're going to feel this in the supporting leg, you're going to feel this in your glutes, you're going to feel this up into here. These are all the muscle groups you need to develop. And again, like I keep saying, what's great about this drill is you're developing these muscles, you're developing the strength and this balance in a very controlled way. So you're perfecting your technique in a way that just trying to kick on its own can't really mimic. So you're going to progress much faster when you start utilizing this into your training. On the other side of this here, and tell I'm right-handed, right-legged. And again, I'm moving very slowly. I am really trying to focus on developing the movement pattern here for these kicks. And the final kick is a side kick. Okay, so I've got my chair now. Side kick starts off very similar to the roundhouse type kick. Got my heel pointed at my imaginary target, but instead of having my knee up here, I'm actually going to bring my knee into my chest. up here, and I'm going to extend the whole leg out in a pushing motion, like I'm trying to push away an opponent, and then bring it back, and then back out, and back in, back out. From the other side. Really love these drills. Reminds me of being a little kid in Taekwondo school. And again, like I said, you know, I like to use these as part of my warm-up some days. You know, a couple days a week, I'll use them as part of my warm-up. I'll do 10 repetitions, each leg, each kick. Do it certain, you know, just do it just as a complex, just keep going like that. You know, if I'm working with people who I'm trying to improve their kicks, you know, I'll have them do this multiple times a week, you know, maybe 4 times a week, that much, you know, have them doing as many as 20 repetitions. But again, you know, I don't want to fatigue them too much with too many repetitions. That's something that we build up to over time. You know, when I first started, so my son is a good example. He's 7. And started working with me with, and started doing some martial arts, you know, and really any child, really anyone, his issue was balance, and you know, he really couldn't get the kicking down. He had great punches, but man, he really struggled with the kick. So I had him doing the chair kicks, the wall kicks, and you know, we just started off with 5 reps each kick, and you know, now he can get up to 20 kicks. For each leg, real nice and slow, and he's got some beautiful kicks. Maybe sometime in the future I'll upload a video of his roundhouse kick. It looks great, it looks fantastic. He's definitely a headhunter for that. So you know, be smart with it. Don't overdo it because you know you're going to need to spend some time doing real kicks. Because these aren't real kicks. These are a developmental drill for kicking. So it strengthens all the right muscles, but at the end of the day, it's still not at the right speed and the right power to be considered a true kick. And you know, you want to make sure that you're still fresh and strong so you can deliver those true kicks to the guys holding the pads, your opponents when you're sparring, the bag. So you know, just be smart with it. If you like this drill, you're using this drill, if you're getting a lot of results from this drill, let me know down in the comments. And you know, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. We're going to be having a lot more videos coming in the near future, so you want to make sure that you see those. Thanks again, guys. I really appreciate you watching. Have a good one.